Welcome to the Unreal Engine 5 Full Beginners course. In this course, we're going to be learning the basics of virtual production and 3D animation inside of Unreal Engine 5. Firstly, we'll start by covering the fundamentals of Unreal Engine 5, including its interface, the navigation tools, and other essential tools. And once you have a solid foundation of the basics, we're going to be diving into a series of projects which are specifically designed to enhance specific skills and showcase your creativity. Now, these projects are going to be extremely helpful because by the end of this course, you're going to have a solid portfolio which you can use to get freelance work or get hired by any design studio. So without any further ado, let's just jump into the projects, and I'm going to be showing you which projects we're going to make. So I have this folder opened in my computer and we're going to go over all the projects. So these are basically the 9 projects which we're going to be covering in this course. So let's start with the first one. So if I just play this animation, you're going to see that it is an interior animation of a living room, and we're going to be doing the lighting, the texturing and everything from scratch. We're going to be doing everything inside of Unreal Engine 5. We're going to learn how to import the models inside of Unreal Engine 5 from the internet. We are going to be using a little bit of Blender in some of these projects. However, if you don't know the basics of Blender, that is not a problem. We are going to be learning how to sort of use the basic tools of Blender inside this course. So just don't worry if you don't know the basics of Blender, right? So next up, we have this project in which there is a car. We're going to be importing this car inside of Unreal Engine 5. Then we're going to be creating this whole garage environment. The reason why I included this project was so I can show you guys how to create indoor environments and basically how to sort of use Megascan's library to sort of create a whole environment inside of Unreal Engine 5. We're also going to be covering indoor lighting because you can see we are using these windows to light this whole scene. We're going to be covering how to add textures to objects, how to create the whole scene, and it's going to be a very fun and very good experience for you guys. Plus, you're going to have this amazing render by the end of this project as well. Next up, we're going to be rendering that same exact car, but this time we're going to be rendering it inside a forest. The reason why I included this project is so that we can learn how to create forests inside of Unreal Engine 5, and again, how to use Megascan's assets to create natural environments and how to create essentially forests. Apart from that, we're also going to be learning how to add fog and how to fill the background with trees and stuff like that. So all that is going to be covered in this project. Next up, we're going to be creating this animation right here, which you see on your screen right now. So this is basically a cave scene in which we are going to be using Megascan's assets again to create this whole natural environment from scratch. So basically in this project, we're going to be learning how to do lighting of natural environments using the sun and everything. We're also going to be learning foliage in this project, in this scene. So basically this is another variation of that previous render. However, the skills are pretty much the same, except for in this, you're going to have to use foliage. Right, so that is going to be covered in this course as well. So I'm just going to close that. Next up, we're going to be rendering this car inside of, again, a grass field. And so in this project, we're going to be learning how to create sunset lighting, how to make your scenes look realistic, and how to add characters in your scenes in Unreal Engine 5. So we're going to be using Mixamo characters. You can basically animate them. You can essentially just do whatever you want with them, make them do whatever you want. But yeah, we're going to be learning that inside this project. Next up, we're going to be learning how to sort of sculpt landscapes using this project, because in this project, you're going to see that the landscape is not even, it's very uneven. So apart from foliage, we've also sculpted this landscape. And so that's what we're going to be learning in this project, right? And we're also going to be creating this amazing scene while we're at it. Right, next up, we're going to be creating this bicycle scene inside of an old city or a village or something like that. So basically in this project, the main purpose is going to be to sort of light our scenes realistically and how to make your scenes look a lot more realistic, how to sort of play around with the normals and the roughness and everything to make your scene look a lot more realistic, right? We're going to be doing the texturing of this bicycle. We're going to be adding these assets, and we're going to be using some depth of field with foliage as well. So our next 2 projects are going to be related to essentially product visualization and how to showcase products inside of Unreal Engine 5. So basically these 2 renders are going to be made in this course. Now do note that we are also going to be modeling these objects inside of Blender 3D. However, if you don't want to sort of get into the details of Blender 3D, and if you, for example, don't understand Blender 3D, or you don't want to learn it right now, you just want to focus on Unreal Engine 5, I'm going to show you how to download models from the internet and just follow along with this tutorial. However, I would definitely recommend you to sort of learn Blender 3D modeling as well, because that's going to help you a lot when you're doing freelance projects and stuff like that, right? So we're going to be making these 2 hyper-realistic renders. And finally, we're going to be doing another interior animation. This time we're going to be making a full apartment. And again, we're also going to be using some Blender in this project as well. So it is definitely recommended to sort of know the basics of Blender 3D. However, if you don't know even the basics of Blender 3D, it's going to be fine. I'm going to guide you along the process. And if you have any questions, you can definitely feel free to ask me. Apart from that, yeah, we're going to be creating this whole scene. And so let's just let it finish, because it has this animation has essentially all the rooms in your whole apartment. So it has a bedroom, a bathroom, a kitchen, a living room, and stuff like that, right? So everything is going to be covered in this course. All right, so those are the animations and renders which we're going to be making in this course. I really hope you learn a lot in this course, and this course is very comprehensive. It's going to take you over a lot of projects. And honestly, the main problem which I faced when I was learning Unreal Engine 5 was the fact that the courses were too lecture based and they weren't really project based that much, which is why I lost interest very quickly in a lot of courses. But I made sure not to do that in this course, and I made sure to make this course as project based as I can, so that you guys don't lose interest. Plus, you guys have an amazing portfolio by the end of this course as well. And so yeah, that's basically it for this video, guys. I hope to see you in the course soon. Goodbye.